Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Steve. I'm here to talk about my Season 2 draft. So, going into the draft, I won Season 1, I won the low tier tournament, so I wanted to have a little bit more fun with this season. I'm still taking it seriously, obviously, but I wanted my draft to be unique and with a theme. And as you can see, I drafted only Generation 4 Pokemon. So ideally what I wanted going into it was Heatran, Togekiss, and then Cresselia with my third pick. I picked Heatran first, and then Togekiss got picked immediately after. Um, so that got rid of my Togekiss strat, which also meant I had to pick up Tangrowth. And I was going to pick up a Rotom Mow. So getting Tangrowth meant I wasn't going to pick up Rotom Mow. A lot of things happened. I was never even considering Rhyperior, but Garchomp also got picked, so I had to take Rhyperior. It was my best option left from Tier 1. So Cresselia, Heatran, Rhyperior. Gastrodon's definitely necessary with Heatran and Rhyperior. The Storm Drain ability is going to be very valuable. And then the Tangrowth pick for redirection. He's also super strong. His base defense is huge. His attack is... He's got 100 attack, 110 special attack, so he can be either physical or special defense, or special attacker. Special defense is very low though, so if I'm not running him defensively, probably put an assault vest on him a lot. Or if somebody just doesn't have special attackers, it's a Tangrowth week. Abomasnow is there for weather control. With Ice Shard as well, I can slap a weakness policy on Tangrowth if I want, which is a good option. There's a lot of weather setters this time. Tyranitar's in, Hippowdon's in, Hippopotas is in, Gigalith is in, Torkoal, Ninetales, Politoed is in this season. No Pelipper, but yeah, like half the teams have a weather setter. So Abomasnow is mainly there to counter other weather. And Aurora Veil's also obviously good. And he's honestly a fairly decent attack option as well for Tier 3. Drapion I used on my Mono Poison team, and there's some really goofy strats I have in mind. I might run it week 1. Drapion plus Cresselia. There's something really fun I can do there. Stay tuned. Otherwise, he's got a huge physical attack and a huge defense. In fact, if you look at my Drapion, Rhyperior, Cresselia, and Tangrowth, they all have massive defense. So that's a pretty good advantage, and they all have, basically all of my top 6 picks have huge HP stats as well, so my team's incredibly tanky. Riolu, I saw on the second call that happened during the draft. We got some smack talk on my boy Riolu. The synergy is not obvious, I will give you that. Coaching definitely works on Drapion. And I actually want to pull up Cresselia. Is this still being shown? Yeah. Okay. If I go down to Cresselia's base stats, special attack and attack are basically the same. And he gets Psycho Cut, he gets Slash, Body Slam, Zen Headbutt. There's not a great amount of physical attacks, but I can run a physical Cresselia, so coaching definitely somewhat viable with Cresselia. Not only that, we got this guy here. Is that being shown? Yep. So that's obvious synergy with coaching. Not only that, Riolu has Quick Guard, which, because of Prankster, will always go before Fake Out or any other priority move. So that's obviously good with Cresselia. I can get free Trick Rooms up if there's a Prankster using Taunt or a Prankster using Fake Out. Quick Guard, Trick Room, easy peasy. Obviously pairs well with Rhyperior, either Bullet Punch or Vacuum Wave to activate a weakness policy. Same with Heatran. I can do Copycat to get rid of somebody's Trick Room, although I am very slow, so I'm probably going to want Trick Room most of the time. Yeah, y'all sleeping on Riolu, I think. And then we got the Munchlax, who is certainly the slowest Pokemon in this draft. And let me pull up Munchlax's stats, because I can run this as a mini Snorlax at tier 4. First of all, thick fat with these stats, 135 HP, EVL8 brings this up to 120 something special defense and 60 defense, but if I just max that defense, I got 156 defense. Plus thick fat means I'm taking half damage from fire and ice moves, which could come in handy sometimes, might not. 242 HP is wild. But even with 85 attack, if I go max attack belly drum with an EVL8, I'm at 600 attack. And I still have all the moves that Snorlax uses. I can still go Rage Powder belly drum with Tangrowth. Rage Powder belly drum with Tangrowth, and then just Explode and Protect with a Custap Berry. Like, that's still a good option. Yeah, Munchlax is going to be great. Normal Rotom. I wanted an electric and a ghost type. I could have also gotten Drifloon in this slot because I don't have a flying type, but I figure Rotom gives me Levitate again on top of Cresselia, so it gives me another ally switch option. I don't know if he gets Skill Swap. He probably doesn't. But he still gets all the good moves that... yeah, he doesn't get Skill Swap. But he gets Will-O-Wisp, he gets Ally Switch, Eerie Impulse, all the good moves you get from an alternate form of Rotom, and like a special attack is still usable. He's very frail, is the main issue with regular Rotom. But Ghost type gives me a good switch in for the fighting moves that will inevitably be coming against Heatran or Rhyperior. And then I finished it off with Mime Jr., who is obviously the worst Pokemon on this team. He actually has a surprisingly good special attack. His special attack is 75, I believe. But he's like basically no HP or defense. Like, if you look at my base stat totals, they seem poor, but that's just because Mime Jr. and Riolu are bringing everything down. So why did I pick Mime Jr.? It gives me a fairy type switch in. If I'm facing something that's a dragon, I might think about bringing Mime Jr. He also is the only Pokemon on this team that gets Sucker Punch, potentially to activate a weakness policy on Cresselia. And he's also the only Pokemon on this team that gets Fake Out. If I ever feel like I really need Fake Out, I might bring Mime Jr. Yeah, that's basically the idea behind him. And then we got some obvious synergies. Cresselia with Levitate on Heatran, the Skill Swap or Ally Switch is going to be hard to deal with. I will say my one weakness is that I am very slow outside of Drapion, Rotom, and Cresselia. Heatran's alright, that's like very mid-tier speed, but I can put speed investment into him if I think it's necessary sometimes, but I look pretty reliant on Trick Room. But that is another thing. Riolu gives me an almost guaranteed Trick Room with Copycat. If I ever feel it's really necessary, I can go that route. I have a ton of Pokemon that know Bulldoze for Rhyperior. Sadly, Cresselia doesn't learn it, but whatever. Why did I pick Cresselia? It's the only S-tier Gen 4 Pokemon, so I had to pick Cresselia in order for the strat to work. So if somebody else was picking Cresselia, I was just going to give up. I don't think the team is great. It's definitely worse than last time, where I had what is now 3 S-tiers. So I think my games will be challenging, but everything in here has a lot of options. Like, I can max Cresselia, Heatran, Rhyperior, Gastrodon, Tangrowth, Abomasnow, Drapion, and Munchlax. Maybe Rotom, probably not Rotom, but you never know. And I got Redirection in the form of Rage Powder, as well as Storm Drain. A lot of shenanigans with Cresselia and Rotom. And like I said before, my top 7 Pokemon there are incredibly tanky. So I do think it's a good team. I basically made the best of what I could. There's a very limited amount of Gen 4 Pokemon. If Riolu doesn't work out, I will consider getting rid of that. The Tier 4 Gen 4s were very limiting, which is why I ended up with Rotom and Mime Jr. Thought about Vespiquen, but Vespiquen's terrible. Thought about Lopunny, but I'd rather have Munchlax. Like, I think Munchlax is legit. I don't see me ever getting rid of Munchlax. Maybe the only ones I would consider, just off the top of my head, is Abomasnow, Riolu, Rotom, and Mime Jr. I think everything else is going to stay for sure. And I got really good type coverage here. The only types I'm missing are Flying, which, as I said before, I got 2 Levitators, so that's alright. Flying, Dragon, and I don't remember. I got Ghost, Dark, got Dark. Oh, Bug, yeah, because I didn't pick Vespiquen. So Bug Flying, which would have been the Vespiquen. And Dragon, which I was planning on taking Garchomp, but that got nabbed up, so I grabbed Rhyperior instead. And doubling up on types, I only have 2 ground types and 2 grass types. Otherwise, they're all unique. Oh, 2 psychic types because of Mime Jr. So there's my teams, and I'll have another video coming out tomorrow about some neat draft stats. And I might take a look at some other people's teams at a later point. Peace.